Atlanta has seen scandals before, but nothing prepared fans for this. The courtroom wasn't supposed to be the stage. But today, it turned into a battlefield when Momma Dee dropped a bombshell so explosive. The entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast is still reeling. Cameras caught Bambi breaking down in real time, her tears flooding social media timelines within seconds. While whispers of divorce papers being filed sent the internet into chaos. What exactly did Momma Dee reveal? And why did it leave Bambi gasping for words? Clutching her lawyer's arm, like the ground had just been ripped out from under her. Even Stevie J's name surfaced in the storm, with fans claiming secret tapes might be involved. The question everyone's asking, is this the end of Bambi and Scrappy's marriage? Or the beginning of Atlanta's ugliest war yet? The morning sun hadn't even fully risen over Atlanta when the city's gossip mill began spinning at full speed. What was supposed to be a routine court appearance for Lil Scrappy and Bambi turned into the most talked about scandal in love and hip-hop Atlanta history. Fans who lined up outside the courthouse thought they were going to see a simple legal proceeding, maybe custody discussions, maybe a small family dispute. But by the time the session was over, the entire courtroom was left stunned. Bambi was in tears, and Momma Dee had once again proven why she's the queen of chaos in Atlanta. It all began quietly. Cameras showed Bambi walking into the courthouse looking composed but tense. She wore a sleek black dress, her hair styled to perfection, but the tightness around her jaw gave away her anxiety. Scrappy followed a few minutes later, dressed down in a hoodie and shades, refusing to make eye contact with anyone. Their body language said it all. This wasn't a couple walking in together. This was two people bracing themselves for war. But it wasn't Scrappy or Bambi who stole the spotlight. The real shock came when Momma Dee stormed in, dressed in bold red, dripping in jewelry, and holding a stack of papers that she waved dramatically in the air. Onlookers swore she was muttering under her breath, "It's time for the truth to come out." Right then and there, whispers began. What did she have? Inside the courtroom, tension reached a breaking point. At first, it seemed like just another heated family session, lawyers arguing, Bambi whispering to her team, Scrappy leaning back in his chair trying to appear unbothered. But Momma Dee couldn't hold back. As soon as she was called to speak, she unleashed a rant that turned the entire case upside down. "Your Honor," she began, her voice rising with every word. "I can't sit here and watch lies fly around while my son's life is being destroyed. Bambi has been hiding things, and I have the proof." Gasps echoed across the courtroom. Even the judge raised an eyebrow, clearly caught off guard. Bambi's face strained of color, and she immediately began shaking her head, whispering, "That's not true. That's not true," as her lawyer tried to calm her down. But it was too late. Momma Dee had everyone's attention. And she knew it. What followed was pure reality TV chaos, except this time, it wasn't staged. Momma Dee pulled out the stack of papers she'd been waving earlier. According to insiders, those documents contained screenshots, alleged financial records, and even references to secret recordings linked to Stevie J. The implication was clear. Bambi had been keeping major secrets, not only from Scrappy, but also from the court itself. At that moment, Bambi lost control. Witnesses said she broke down in tears, her mascara streaking down her face as she grabbed at her lawyer's sleeve, begging them to stop Momma Dee from continuing. "She's lying. She's just trying to destroy me," Bambi shouted, her voice cracking with desperation. But the damage was already done. The courtroom turned into chaos, attorneys shouting over each other, Scrappy burying his face in his hands, and Momma Dee standing tall, refusing to back down. The judge had to bang the gavel multiple times to restore order. But by then, the spectators and media already had their headlines. Outside, it only got messier. By the time the hearing adjourned, the hashtag Bambi breakdown was trending nationwide. Fans who had managed to sneak footage out of the courtroom posted shaky videos showing Bambi sobbing uncontrollably, while Momma Dee's voice could be heard declaring, "This family deserves the truth." Within minutes, Twitter and Instagram were ablaze with speculation. Some fans sided with Bambi, saying Momma Dee had gone too far and crossed personal boundaries. Others applauded Momma Dee, claiming she was only exposing what Scrappy had been too blind to see. But the whispers about divorce were what truly set the internet on fire. Several gossip blogs reported that Scrappy had already met with divorce lawyers prior to the court date, suggesting Momma Dee's bombshell wasn't just an outburst, it was part of a bigger push to end the marriage once and for all. According to one so-called insider, Scrappy had been tired of covering for Bambi's lies and was ready to walk away for good. Still, nothing about this situation is ever that simple. Bambi's breakdown wasn't just about Momma Dee's accusations, it was about what those accusations could unleash. The mention of Stevie J's secret tapes immediately brought back memories of past scandals, cheating rumors, and explosive fights that had defined the Atlanta franchise for years. Fans were quick to connect dots, suggesting that if Stevie really had recordings, they could involve not just Bambi, but other cast members too. By the end of the day, what started as a court hearing had spiraled into a full-blown saga. Paparazzi swarmed outside as Scrappy left the courthouse, refusing to answer questions. Bambi was escorted out the side entrance, still visibly shaken, her lawyer shielding her from cameras. And Momma Dee, she walked out with a smirk, telling reporters, "The truth hurts, baby. But I don't lie." That smirk said it all. Momma Dee wasn't finished. Bambi wasn't safe. And Scrappy was stuck right in the middle of a war that had only just begun. But the real question everyone's asking now is, were divorce papers truly filed? Or is this just the first shot in a much bigger battle that could destroy Atlanta's most talked about couple? If part one was about the courtroom chaos, part two is about what happened the moment those courtroom doors swung open. Atlanta's streets turned into a frenzy. Reporters, fans, and bloggers were waiting outside like sharks smelling blood in the water. The second Bambi was escorted out, her tear-streaked face hidden behind oversized sunglasses. The flash of cameras lit up the street like fireworks. And just like that, the private pain she tried so hard to contain became public humiliation on a global stage. But what the cameras couldn't capture was the underground buzz that erupted online within minutes. Social media became the new battlefield, and everyone had something to say. Hashtags like #MommaDeeExposed, #BambiBreakdown, and #ScrappyDivorce shot to the top of Twitter trends. Instagram stories were flooded with grainy footage from people inside the courthouse, replayed again and again with captions like, "Momma Dee ain't playing," and "Bambi couldn't handle the truth." Fans divided instantly into camps. On one side were those who believed Bambi had been unfairly ambushed. Why Momma Dee always inserting herself in Scrappy's marriage? Let them work it out, one user wrote, gaining over 15,000 likes in just an hour. Others accused Momma Dee of being the ultimate manipulator, saying she thrived off drama and loved seeing Bambi in pain. On the other side were the die-hard Momma Dee supporters, who insisted she was simply protecting her son. Say what you want, but Momma Dee don't talk unless she got receipts. One fan tweeted. That post alone set off a wave of speculation. What receipts did she actually have? Were those court documents real? And what about the whispered mention of Stevie J's tapes? That single detail, the possibility of secret recordings, ignited the wildest rumors yet. Within hours, YouTube channels and gossip blogs claimed to have inside sources confirming Stevie J's involvement. Some alleged the tapes featured conversations proving Bambi had been unfaithful. Others went even further, suggesting the footage might drag in other high-profile cast members like Rashida, Spice, and even Erica Mena. None of it was confirmed. But in Atlanta, speculation is often as powerful as proof. Meanwhile, Scrappy's silence only poured fuel on the fire. Fans noted that he didn't leave the courthouse with Bambi, nor did he appear with Momma Dee instead. He was spotted slipping out a side entrance, his hoodie pulled low, getting into a black SUV without saying a word. That image alone, Scrappy walking away from both women, sparked debates about where his loyalty really stood. Back at Bambi's camp, The breakdown continued. Insiders claim she spent the afternoon holed up with her legal team, refusing to speak to anyone. A supposed friend of hers leaked to the blogs that she was completely blindsided by Momma Dee's accusations and felt betrayed on every level. This friend claimed Bambi was especially devastated by Scrappy's reaction, or rather, his lack of one. He just sat there while his mom dragged her, the source said. She expected him to defend her, but instead, he put his head down. That broke her more than anything. Momma Dee, however, was far from silent. By mid-afternoon, she had already gone live on Instagram, pouring gasoline on the already raging fire. Draped in her courtroom outfit, still wearing her red dress, she stared straight into the camera and declared, "All saw what happened. I said what I said. Ain't no lies in my mouth. Bambi been playing games, and it's time the world knows. I will protect my son until my last breath. And if you've got a problem with that, baby, the door is open." The live session lasted less than 10 minutes, but it racked up over 200,000 views before she even ended the stream. The comments section was a war zone, with fans arguing, defending, attacking, and dissecting every word. Clips from the live were reposted across Twitter and TikTok, sparking endless reaction videos. Then came the biggest twist of the day. A blog known for leaking exclusive content claimed they had heard one of Stevie J's alleged tapes. They didn't play the audio, but their vague description was enough to send fans into a frenzy. According to them, the tape captured a private conversation where Bambi was allegedly heard trash-talking Scrappy and admitting to keeping secrets to protect herself. The blog offered no proof, but that didn't matter. The internet ran with it. By evening, speculation had turned into full-blown narratives. Some fans painted Bambi as the villain who manipulated Scrappy while secretly plotting behind his back. Others painted Momma Dee as the overbearing mother-in-law who couldn't stand to see her son happy. A few even dragged Stevie J into the spotlight, claiming he was just stirring trouble for attention. But the most shocking development came late that night, when a divorce lawyer based in Atlanta posted a cryptic Instagram story. "Big case today. Papers filed. Details sealed. Hashtag Atlanta drama. Double quotes." They didn't name names, but fans immediately connected the dots, flooding the comments with Bambi and Scrappy's names. Was this confirmation that divorce papers had indeed been filed? Or was it just another layer of rumor designed to keep the city buzzing? Through it all, Scrappy stayed silent. No posts, no comments, no lives, nothing. That silence made the noise around him even louder. Every blogger, every fan, every cast member was waiting for him to pick a side, to say something, to confirm or deny the bombshells exploding around him. But he didn't. And in Atlanta, silence is its own statement. By the end of the night, one thing was clear. Momma Dee had successfully set off a chain reaction that couldn't be undone. Bambi was shattered. The internet was divided. And the whispers of divorce were no longer whispers. They were headlines. But if part 2 proved anything, it's that this story wasn't about to calm down. It was only heating up. The court was just the stage, but the real war was unfolding in the public eye. And everyone knew the next move could make or break Scrappy and Bambi's entire legacy on love and hip-hop Atlanta. If social media was already on fire, the reaction inside the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast circle was pure chaos. By the time Momma Dee ended her Instagram live, word had already spread like wildfire through group chats, DM threads, and private calls. What happened in that courtroom wasn't just another family spat. It was a storyline that threatened to blow the entire cast wide open. The first person to break silence was Rashida. And as always, she played it smart. Without directly mentioning names, she posted a cryptic message to her Instagram story. "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Hashtag Energidently." Fans instantly connected it to the courtroom drama. Within minutes, Rashida's comments section filled with fans tagging Bambi, Momma Dee, and Scrappy, demanding clarity. But behind the scenes, Rashida wasn't just posting. She was calling. According to an insider, she reached out to Scrappy personally, urging him to take a breath before making any rash moves. The same insider claimed Rashida was worried about how this scandal might bleed into her own business brand if the franchise became consumed by it. Then came Spice, and unlike Rashida, she didn't hold back. During a live performance that same evening, she stopped mid-song to address the crowd. "Atlanta messy as hell right now," she shouted into the mic, her Jamaican accent cutting through the bass. "Certain people need to mind them business before they mash up people's life. Y'all know who me talking about?" The crowd erupted, fans screaming "Momma Dee" from the audience. Clips of the moment went viral within minutes. Spice later doubled down on her stance in an Instagram comment, writing, "Everybody loved drama till it touched their doorstep. Careful." Meanwhile, Erica Mena, never one to miss a chance to stir the pot, inserted herself with a fiery tweet that simply read, "Imagine your mill dragging you in court. Could never be me. SMH, clown behavior." The tweet garnered tens of thousands of likes and retweets, with fans debating whether she was shading Bambi for crying or Momma Dee for exposing. Erica fueled speculation further by liking several fan comments that called Bambi weak for breaking down. And then the industry gossip pages took over. Blogs like The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and Gossip of the City ran with headlines like, "Bambi crumbles in court as Momma Dee exposes shocking secrets." Stevie J's alleged secret tapes tied to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta drama. Divorce papers already filed. Scrappy silent as family explodes. What made it worse was the appearance of so-called receipts. Screenshots circulated of alleged DMs between Bambi and an unknown man, with fans claiming these were the very receipts Momma Dee hinted at in court. Others swore the screenshots were fake, created by trolls looking to capitalize on the frenzy. But in the court of public opinion, truth often takes a back seat to scandal, adding to the pressure. Producers of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta were reportedly scrambling. A source close to production leaked that executives were thrilled with the drama but also concerned about how explosive it had become. "This is TV gold, but it's also dangerous," the source admitted. "If Stevie J really has tapes, and if Momma Dee keeps going rogue, this could derail filming entirely. But at the same time, we can't look away." Scrappy, however, still hadn't spoken. His silence was deafening. According to another insider, he'd cut off communication with both Bambi and Momma Dee after court, refusing to take sides until he'd figured out the next move. This only fueled speculation that divorce was inevitable. Fans began posting side-by-side clips of Scrappy looking miserable in recent episodes, captioning them with, "This man been done." Even Tamar Braxton, who had been loosely linked to the franchise through her connections, chimed in during a live Q&A session with fans. When asked about the drama, Tamar smirked and said, "Listen, all I'ma say is, sometimes family will sink your ship faster than enemies, period." The clip blew up across TikTok, with fans calling it a subtle jab at Momma Dee. The city of Atlanta buzzed louder than ever. In salons, barbershops, and radio stations, this was the only topic of conversation. Street gossip claims Scrappy had been spotted at a downtown law firm, fueling the narrative that divorce papers were, in fact, already in motion. Meanwhile, others claimed they'd seen Bambi crying in a restaurant bathroom, her friends consoling her while she repeated, "She ruined me. She ruined me." But the twist came when a former cast member leaked a voicemail allegedly from Momma Dee herself. In the recording, a woman's voice sounding unmistakably like Momma Dee could be heard saying, "If he won't do it, I will. She don't belong in this family, and I'll make sure the world knows it. Watch me." The voicemail went viral instantly, painted across every blog and gossip channel. If authentic, it revealed that Momma Dee wasn't just speaking her truth in court. She was actively plotting to push Bambi out of Scrappy's life. By the end of the night, one thing was certain: this wasn't just a family feud anymore. It was a full-blown industry scandal pulling in cast members, producers, and even outsiders. The Love and Hip Hop Atlanta machine was eating itself alive in real time. And still, Stevie J hadn't said a word. His silence only made the rumors about his tapes more terrifying. If he was holding recordings that could ruin reputations, when would he drop them? And who would they hurt the most? By the time the sun set on Atlanta, fans were no longer asking if divorce papers had been filed. They were asking when the announcement would drop and how ugly things would get when it did. But what nobody saw coming was that the next move wouldn't come from Scrappy, Bambi, or even Momma Dee. It would come from an entirely unexpected source, one that would flip the entire narrative upside down. The streets of Atlanta were already buzzing. But the next 24 hours turned the drama into a full-blown hurricane. Just when fans thought they had the story figured out, Momma Dee exposing Bambi, divorce papers whispered about, and Stevie J's mysterious silence, the narrative flipped in the most shocking way. The twist came courtesy of a leaked court document, posted anonymously on a gossip forum known for breaking scandalous stories before the mainstream press. The document appeared to show not only divorce filings but also allegations of hidden bank accounts. According to the leak, Bambi had allegedly funneled money into secret holdings. Money that Scrappy supposedly knew nothing about. Whether the document was real or fabricated, it didn't matter. The screenshots spread across the internet like wildfire. Fans went into meltdown mode. Twitter threads exploded with speculation. Was Bambi planning to walk away with Scrappy's money all along? Was this the receipt Momma Dee had been waving in court? And if it's real, who leaked it? Theories bounced everywhere, with some even accusing Momma Dee of leaking the paperwork herself. But just as the rumors reached boiling point, a new video dropped, and this one was impossible to ignore. An audio clip surfaced on YouTube, allegedly one of Stevie J's secret tapes. The recording was grainy, but fans swore they recognized Bambi's voice. In the tape, she could be heard arguing with a man, saying, "I can't keep covering for him. If this comes out, it'll ruin everything." The internet lost its mind. Who was she talking about? Was him Scrappy? Or was it someone else entirely? Blogs ran with headlines like, "Bambi caught on tape. Who is she covering for?" Stevie J's secret weapon finally drops. Momma Dee was right. The receipts are real. Within hours, hashtags like #BambiExposed and #StevieJTapes were trending nationwide. Fans dissected every second of the audio, slowing it down, analyzing the background noises, even comparing voice patterns. Some swore it was Bambi, others argued it was doctored. But the damage was done. In the court of public opinion, the tape was real. Meanwhile, the cast reactions escalated. Young Jock went live with a cryptic smirk saying, "Man, Atlanta small. Y'all don't even know half of it. But y'all about to?" His comments sent shockwaves. With fans convinced Jock knew more than he was saying. Even Carly Red, the queen of mess, jumped into the mix. She posted a selfie with the caption, "Some people been lying for years. Karma don't miss. Baby, ever." The comments exploded, with fans tagging Bambi and begging Carly to spill tea. Behind the scenes, producers were panicking. An anonymous insider leaked that VH1 executives were holding emergency meetings to decide how to handle the spiraling scandal. "We want a drama, but this is nuclear," the insider revealed. If these tapes are real and more come out, the network could be in serious trouble. But the ratings, they're about to be through the roof. And then came the unexpected twist nobody saw coming. Erica Dixon, Scrappy's ex and mother of his daughter, decided to step into the fire. Erica went live on Instagram late that night, her face calm, but her words lethal. "I've stayed out of this mess for years," she said, "but I'm not about to let lies destroy my child's peace. Bambi knows what she's done. Momma Dee may be messy, but she ain't lying this time." Trust me, her words detonated the internet. Fans flooded her comments, begging her to elaborate. Did Erica just confirm that Momma Dee's accusations were true? Did she just side against Bambi? Clips of her live circulated everywhere, and within minutes, Erica became the trending topic of the night. Bambi, meanwhile, was crumbling under the weight of it all. Sources close to her claimed she was furious with Erica for inserting herself and terrified of what might drop next. She allegedly told friends, "If those tapes leak, I'm done. My marriage, my reputation, it's all over." Scrappy, however, remained silent. His silence now deafening. Fans were begging him to address the scandal, to clear the air, to say something. Instead, he stayed in the shadows, fueling speculation that he was preparing for something bigger, maybe even a public statement or a bombshell. Interviewed by Sunrise, Atlanta was divided. Team Momma Dee, Team Bambi, Team Erica, everyone had taken a side. But in the middle of it all, the one person who hadn't spoken was Stevie J himself. If the audio clip was real, it meant he had more, maybe even worse. The question wasn't if he'd release it. But when and just when fans thought the night couldn't get any crazier, a final post sealed the deal. Stevie J uploaded a single cryptic tweet. "This is just the beginning. Hashtag stay tuned. Double quotes, that was all it took." Within minutes, thousands of retweets, memes, and predictions filled timelines. Everyone knew what it meant. There were more tapes. And when they dropped, they wouldn't just shake Bambi's world, they'd shatter the entire foundation of love and hip-hop Atlanta. But the biggest bombshell: insiders whispered that the next tape doesn't just involve Bambi. It names 2 other cast members. And when that happens, it won't just be divorce papers in play. Careers, friendships, and legacies could all go up in flames. By the time Atlanta woke up the next morning, the scandal wasn't just a trending topic. It had officially become a cultural earthquake. This wasn't confined to the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fanbase anymore. Blogs, talk shows, and even national outlets had picked up the story. Reality TV star breaks down in court amid allegations of secret tapes. The mix of courtroom drama, leaked audio, and a potential divorce made it irresistible headline material. Public reactions split into factions. Team Bambi supporters flooded her Instagram with prayers and encouragement. "Stay strong, Queen. They trying to break you." One fan wrote. Her defenders argued that Momma Dee had a history of stirring drama for clout and accused Stevie J of manufacturing tapes just to stay relevant. "This man been messy his whole career. Don't fall for it," another fan said. But on the other side, Team Momma Dee and Team Erica were louder. They pushed hashtags like #Momma Dee was right and #Protect Scrappy, claiming Bambi had finally been exposed. Commenters dug up old episodes where Bambi clashed with Momma Dee and posted clips with captions like, "We should have believed Momma Dee from day one." The industry took notice too. On Atlanta's top urban radio station, a heated debate erupted between 2 popular hosts. One argued that Momma Dee crossed the line by humiliating Bambi in court. The other insisted she was the only one brave enough to keep it real in a world where most people hide behind filters and staged storylines. Callers lit up the phone lines, with fans passionately taking sides, turning what was once a private family feud into a citywide referendum. Meanwhile, insiders leaked that VH1 executives were in panic mode. An emergency production meeting reportedly turned into shouting matches. "This is great TV, but it's spiraling out of our control," one producer allegedly said. Another responded, "We need to secure these tapes. If Stevie drops them outside the show, we lose everything," according to the leak. The network was already negotiating with Stevie J, offering him a hefty payout to release the tapes exclusively through the series. But Stevie's cryptic tweet, "It's just the beginning. #Stay tuned," suggested he had no intention of handing over control. Fans began speculating that he might release the tapes independently, maybe even in a docuseries format, which would devastate the franchise. At the same time, other celebrities chimed in, pushing the story even further into the mainstream. Wendy Williams, from her podcast, labeled the scandal the most Atlanta thing ever. 50 Cent posted a meme mocking Scrappy's silence, captioning it, "Your mama and your baby mama fighting on court steps." Lord have mercy. Even Cardi B weighed in on Twitter with, "That Momma Dee clip had me screaming. She a legend for real. The chaos didn't stop there. Fans started digging into Bambi's past relationships, pulling out old photos and linking her name to men outside the franchise. Rumors swirled that one of the voices in Stevie J's tapes might not be Scrappy at all, but a mystery man connected to the music industry. If true, the implications would be devastating for her already crumbling marriage, Scrappy. Still Silent became the focal point of speculation. His silence was interpreted in every possible way. To some, it meant he was protecting Bambi. To others, it was proof he was done with her. And to many, it suggested he was waiting for the perfect moment to unleash his own bombshell. Then came the fan protests. Outside Bambi's beauty business location, a small group of fans gathered holding signs, some reading "Justice for Bambi" and others shouting "Free Scrappy." The confrontation was filmed and went viral. Clips showed two groups of fans almost coming to blows, proving just how deeply divided Atlanta had become. Behind closed doors, Bambi's camp was in crisis mode. According to leaks, her team begged her to go public with her side of the story, warning that silence would only bury her deeper. But Bambi allegedly refused, saying through tears, "If I speak now, they'll twist everything. I need to breathe." Her refusal to defend herself left the field wide open for Momma Dee, Erica, and Stevie J to control the narrative. Meanwhile, Momma Dee doubled down. She posted a photo of herself sipping wine with the caption, "The truth don't need defending. I said what I said." #royalty. That one post sent fans into hysterics, calling her the queen of Atlanta drama. Even her critics admitted, love her or hate her, Momma Dee had hijacked the storyline and was now the star of the entire saga. As the dust settled that night, another twist emerged. A well-known Atlanta attorney leaked to a gossip site that more legal filings were coming. They hinted at a custody battle brewing between Scrappy and Bambi over their children. If true, this meant the divorce wasn't just about money or reputation, it was about family. Fans braced themselves for another courtroom showdown, one that would be even uglier than the first. Industry. Voices whispered that the situation was spiraling beyond anyone's control. This isn't just a storyline anymore. One producer admitted off the record, "This is real life. Careers, businesses, families, everything's on the line. And when those other tapes drop, Lord help us all. Drop, Lord help us all." By the end of the week, the scandal had transformed from courtroom spectacle into a cultural circus. Bloggers were treating it like a season finale. Fans were betting on when divorce papers would be confirmed, and rival franchises were reportedly salivating at the ratings potential. But one question loomed larger than all the others. If Stevie J had more tapes, and if they really involved other cast members, then who was next in the firing line? By the sixth day of the scandal, Atlanta wasn't just buzzing. It was choking on the smoke of secrets, lies, and half-truths. Every hour brought a new headline, a new receipt, a new betrayal, but nothing compared to what happened next. The streets thought they'd seen the worst of it with the leaked court docs, Stevie J's cryptic tweet, and Erica Dixon's live. But then came the second tape. This time, it wasn't audio, it was video. Grainy, shaky, and clearly filmed in secret. The clip dropped overnight on an anonymous page that fans instantly tied back to Stevie J's camp. In the video, a woman who looked alarmingly like Bambi sat across from an unknown man in what appeared to be a dimly lit lounge. The two were deep in conversation, drinks on the table. Though the audio was muffled, one sentence cut through clear as day. "Scrappy will never know as long as you keep your mouth shut." The internet erupted like a volcano. Was this proof of infidelity? Was this the secret Bambi had been hiding all along? Fans slowed down the video, circled her jewelry, even compared her hairstyle to recent photos to confirm it was her. Theories spun out of control. Some swore the man was a music executive. Others claimed it was an old flame. And a few even suggested Stevie J had edited the footage to frame her. But here's where the real twist hit. The video didn't just feature Bambi. In the background, Another voice could be heard, and it sounded suspiciously like another cast member's husband. Fans froze the video, enhanced the audio, and swore they heard the name Rashida whispered in passing. Within minutes, blogs screamed headlines like, "Did Kirk Frost just get dragged into Stevie J's secret tapes? Bambi caught, but is she the only one? Atlanta about to explode. No one is safe." Rashida immediately clapped back, posting a fiery Instagram story, "Y'all messy. Don't drag my name in your circus. I'm focused on me, period." But the denial only fueled more speculation. Was Kirk somehow connected? Was Bambi covering for more than just herself? Meanwhile, Bambi's world collapsed even further. Sources claimed she confronted Scrappy behind closed doors, begging him to believe the video was fake. "This is Stevie trying to ruin me," she allegedly cried. "You know, I would never do this to you." But Scrappy didn't answer. He reportedly just stared at her, then walked out of the room without saying a word. That silence, colder than any shout, said everything. Momma Dee, of course, wasted no time capitalizing on the moment. She posted yet another video, her tone triumphant. "I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all? The receipts don't lie. My son deserves better, and God don't like ugly." #LHHATL. The post racked up nearly 500,000 views in hours. Fans calling her the Oracle of Atlanta for predicting the downfall. But here's the kicker. Producers finally stepped in. A leaked email from VH1 executives revealed they were considering halting filming altogether until the scandal settled. "This is beyond storylines. We need to contain this before lawsuits start flying," the email read. Yet other producers argued the opposite, saying this is the biggest moment in franchise history. If we don't capture it, someone else will. The tension behind the scenes was just as messy as the drama on screen. And then came the ultimate cliffhanger reports. Surfaced that Stevie J wasn't done. According to insiders, he had at least 3 more tapes. And one of them allegedly mentioned names that could wreck not only Bambi and Scrappy, but 2 other high-profile marriages within the cast. One insider described it as career-ending. Another called it a bomb that will shut Atlanta down. Scrappy, caught in the middle, finally cracked. Late that night, he posted a cryptic message to Instagram. "You think you know, but you don't. Y'all gon' see soon enough. #pray for me." The post had no photo, just plain text against a black background. Within minutes, it went viral. Fans flooded the comments. Was he confirming divorce? Was he about to expose Bambi himself? Or was he preparing to drop his own receipts? Bambi, on the other hand, vanished from social media entirely. Her accounts went dark, her stories wiped clean, her comments section locked down. That silence sent chills through fans who were desperate for answers. Was she hiding in shame? Or preparing a counterattack? By sunrise, one thing was undeniable. The scandal had spiraled far beyond a family feud. What began as Momma Dee's bombshell in a courtroom had morphed into a war involving exes, cast members, producers, and the entire city of Atlanta. The divorce papers, they might be real. The tapes, they're still dropping. And the cast, they're all looking over their shoulders, wondering who's next. Because if Stevie J has more tapes, and if the whispers are true about who's caught on them, then Bambi's breakdown won't be the only one. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta's most explosive chapter ever. And when the next tape drops, no one's reputation will survive untouched. And there you have it, the breakdown that shook Atlanta to its core. From Momma Dee's fiery courtroom bombshell to Bambi's tearful collapse. From whispers of divorce papers to Stevie J's shadowy tapes. This saga has turned Love and Hip Hop Atlanta into the hottest soap opera on earth. But the truth is, we've only scratched the surface. Now the real questions begin. Is Bambi truly guilty of hiding secrets? Or is she being set up by Stevie J and Momma Dee? Will Scrappy finally break his silence and take a side? Or is his cryptic message proof that divorce is inevitable? And most importantly, what exactly is on those other tapes Stevie claims to have? And whose names will they expose next? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team Bambi, fighting to defend her against the chaos? Or Team Momma Dee, convinced the Queen Mother of Atlanta never lies? And if divorce papers really were filed, should Scrappy walk away for good? Don't just watch the drama, be part of it. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications, because the next chapter isn't just going to break the internet. It's going to rewrite the entire future of love and hip-hop Atlanta. The court may have adjourned, but the trial of public opinion is just getting started. Stay tuned, because when the next tape drops, Atlanta won't just be watching. The whole world will. The whole world will.